So I guess I'll start off just what's it feel like to go viral over an image? I mean, it seems like for both of you, it kind of came out of nowhere and then all of a sudden blew up on the internet and in the crypto community. What was the aftermath for you? What did it feel like? Christian, you want to go first?
Uh, sure. Well, it was nothing expected. I thought that my image would be just a small memento that I would screenshot on the Fed C-SPAN livecast. The only real people that watch that type of thing are, investors and people in finance, and so it's not like it's visible much beyond that. So I really did not expect it at all. How about you, Alex?
Um, Pretty similar, yeah. I mean, I went to do a fitting. I didn't even understand that there was going to be a load of job cuts at Deutsche Bank. Came outside, picture was snapped, and then I did kind of mutter to my colleague. I said, "Oh, we're probably going to be in the news now." And then,
Wow.
lo and behold, I get an email from my client in New York saying, "Hey, you're in the Financial Times," and I was like, what? So I checked it out, and we're on in one of the reports, and then next thing you know, I get pings coming in from all my friends and colleagues. You're in the Daily Mail, you're in Bild in Germany, you're in like the South China Report.
Amazing.
And then the next thing was like the crypto sphere, and they were saying, "Oh, you're being dubbed as the Bitcoin bad guy now." And so I went online and checked out Twitter. I haven't used Twitter in like years and years, and I thought I'd entertain the idea. Posted a tweet about me that I took pictures. Well, I basically took pictures of me in the bag at JP Morgan at Credit Suisse, and it got over like 1,000 likes. I got like 700 followers.
That's amazing.
And so I don't really know what the extent of it is. You kind of don't know, I guess, until I don't know about you, sign guy.
Sure. So, well, what everyone really wants to know is, were you into Bitcoin? I mean, how did you come to have a bag that said Bitcoin? And so you're also a tailor. So do your clients like Bitcoin?
Yeah, so basically, I take the bag. It has basically what was in there is like my gym kit. I think Noam Chomsky was in there for some reason.
Noam Chomsky, man.
Some light reading.
The blue pill dyed red, huh? Wow.
I don't know. My friend gave it to me. I just got back on holiday. I've never heard of the guy. To be honest, I'm not gonna
Really
say that I do.
That's too great.
But I take it with me because it's always a good conversation starter when I'm seeing clients, and and so it just kind of creates a nice rapport and a flow. And I think the bag's quite cool myself as well.
It's a handsome bag. If you want a Bitcoin related book to bring as a conversation piece, I'll send you the Bitcoin Standard by Saifedean Ammous, a good friend.
Right, that'd be great.
But yeah, so guys just get measured on the trading floor, I presume.
It's not necessarily the trading floor. Basically, bankers generally have a pretty tough time, right? We give them a lot of stick, the press gives them a lot of stick, and they work quite long hours. They work from 8, 7 in the morning till 10, 11 at night, maybe longer, a lot of the time. And so shopping isn't on the priority list. I think most guys don't like shopping, to be honest, and it's about finding the time to then shop. And so we found a business model sort of solution whereby they'll take 15, 20 minutes out of their day. They'll meet me in a meeting room, and we can I'll take my cloth books, and they can literally come out, they might have a bit of free time. They'll come out of a meeting, meet me 15, 20 minutes, pick out the cloth, then I'll go away, make the suit, and then come back for the fitting, which will take another 20 minutes.
Yeah, I totally get why I totally get why that's a great service to offer. I think it's sort of too bad that the Deutsche Bank CEO, maybe you know more about this, but he sort of ripped the MDs that ordered the suits.
Yeah, I saw that. Another client of mine who worked over at Evercore sent me a message saying, oh, you're in the news, and sent me the link. And I think it's storm in a teacup to some extent. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of bad timing, and
Right.
they probably got a little telling off. You know, I don't know how the press can sometimes maybe, you know, make it exaggerate matters. But I'm sure they got like a call and just saying, that's quite distasteful, and it was, on the day you could have cancelled the fittings and what have you. And so maybe in hindsight, I'd have been.
I don't know, but how long in advance did they have the appointment?
Exactly. This is what I was saying to one of the news writers. I said, wasn't it a shock announcement? I wasn't quite sure, because we were in at like 9 a.m., 9:30, 10 a.m. I think. We were in really early. And so if they did announce it that morning, I don't know if there was that much time to then cancel the thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. No, I'm sort of on I'm sort of on the banker side for this one, but I do appreciate the poetic imagery of bankers getting fitted for suits as their colleagues are being handed the banker's box. So has this been?
I have a question actually. I'm curious, when you bring that bag in, you say it's a conversation starter. What's the reaction like from the bankers that you work with? What sort of conversations does it lead to?
It's fairly mixed. Some they won't tell me that I shouldn't go near it, obviously, and it's quite risky and it's like gambling. Others show an interest and ask me questions. What do I know about it? I don't know. Many of my clients are into Bitcoin. I maybe have 2 or 3 of the younger clients that are into it, and so it gives me a platform to then sort of tell you why I like Bitcoin, or and the crypto, why I like crypto.
So you tell all of Bitcoin Twitter, who will certainly be watching this, why do you like Bitcoin?
I started investing in tech stocks around 2017. I was making some money, and I thought, I'm not very good at saving. I'm very good at spending money, and I think a lot of us are like that. But my mum's always telling me to save, and I said, what? I'm not going to save it. I'm going to spend it on stock and retail margin trading. And so I started delving into it a bit, and I put some into PayPal and Palo Alto Networks and some other tech stocks that were quite cheap now, if you look at the price now. And so I found myself on stock twits a lot, and then all of a sudden there was a lot of noise around Bitcoin. My friend was getting into it. He just downloaded Coinbase and was telling me August 2017 something's going to happen. You need to sort of get into it then. So there's quite a bit of noise, and I started to trade it on margin to begin.
Oh man, on what exchange? BitMEX?
It was on a British one called Trading 212, I believe, and there was no sort of regulation on it, so I could buy like 20 Bitcoin with £1,000 it. Like,
yeah, man, you go 100x.
Exactly, you go. It was crazy. And
amazing.
So I lost a lot of money.
man,
pretty much.
Wrecked, as they say, wrecked.
Yeah, wrecked. I got wrecked a few times.
You got to go on crypto Twitter. Tell everyone that story. I mean, that's what they have the BitMEX wrecked bot. It's this Twitter account that it's automated. It posts whenever people get stopped out.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I literally would lose. I lost £800 in a day once. It was just like, it was silly, really. I was new to it, and so then I decided to invest properly. I got Kraken, downloaded Kraken.
Oh, nice. Yeah, big fan of.
Yeah, and my friends were like, "Oh, you need to get some Ripple," and so I bought £1,000 worth of Ripple in October 2017, and I watched that go at Christmas, like in disbelief that £1,000 quid be like £17,000, like, pretty much in overnight, and so I put more money into crypto. I have like Ethereum.
Oh man, you're fully infected.
Fully infected now.
fully infected by the shitcoins, huh? Oh
Well,
man.
I
Well,
do recall I had
so
like.
what's your current view between between Bitcoin and altcoins? Are you still a shitcoiner, as they say, or uh have you gravitated more toward Bitcoin?
That's one I've always. I think I bought the Bitcoin last summer around when it hit 5,600, and then I sold it at like 6,000. I wish I just kept hold of it now. But yeah, my risk appetite is quite high, and so I've I've done a lot of shit coins. It's a bit addictive, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. uh, it's sort of a test for people to sort of train their time preferences lower to be willing to hold for longer. But yeah,
Yeah.
most of my crowd on in Bitcoin is Bitcoin maximalism, or sort of long Bitcoin only, and they treat it really as like a monetary evolution rather than as a technological evolution.
I
So
see it both ways. I think Bitcoin is king of the coins, really, and also it's a bit like, how do I describe it? It's a bit like the use case is a bit like the YouTube for the internet or something. I think I've read that before.
hmm yeah. So tell us, has this impacted your sales? Do you have a lot of new orders from bankers who want to get a suit from the Deutsche Bank bad guy?
So basically, the views on the website sort of tripled, I think, and we've had a lot more inquiries, about phone calls. I booked a few appointments. I think we have taken maybe 2 or 3 orders. It is quite a longer process than sort of you just come in,
Right, of course.
appointment. So, but yeah, no, definitely the inquiries have gone up and appointments have gone up. I think we've got someone in Zug in Switzerland who own a blockchain company, and their whole office wants kitting out. So my colleague's flying over to Zurich next year. Sorry, next month. So yeah, it's good.
So more questions. Do you accept Bitcoin?
Yes, of course. No.
Awesome. Glad to hear. What does a suit cost in Bitcoin these days? One of your suits, which I presume are of the utmost highest quality.
Yeah, so I'd have to do some quick maths there.
Yeah, exactly.
About a suit, they start around £1,100. So what's that? A ninth of a Bitcoin.
Yeah, about a tenth. Awesome. And so, what are the hottest suit trends these days?
Well, I think I like to have fun. I don't like to just do corporate suits. Obviously, most of my clients work in a corporate setting, and so it will be navy or grey. That's the general.
Yeah.
The general. And then, I like to do summer suits. So maybe sort of the sand beige color, biscuit beige color, nice unstructured jackets. Sort of maybe like a nice roping in the shoulder makes it look smart. Lighter colours like pastels. I'm wearing a light blue. I also have, I think light blue is nice, but then also like I said, biscuit base. I have a white linen suit.
Very nice.
Christian, I have a question for you. I'm wondering if, after your experience sort of going viral, do you see parallels between what Alex is describing as his experience, similarities or differences in what happened for you afterwards?
Well, the first similarity right off the bat is that I was also wearing a colorful suit when it happened. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the picture, but I was in seersucker and wearing a pink tie just to sort of convey my disrespect to the Federal Reserve, that I wouldn't dress, as you say, in the corporate uniform for them. But I think there is perhaps a parallel, just the power of images, the power of meme magic. in this day that the picture is the story. You see the banker leaving Deutsche, just got laid off, but he has the kernel of his future in his hand, the Bitcoin bag. So even if that narrative does not tell the true story, this is what captivates the minds of market participants.
Absolutely.
Uh,
It does convey like your personality, doesn't it? Really,
my personality.
it conveys a little bit about your personality when you.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is playful. Bitcoin, it comes from the outside. It's the Xeno system. It was never a part of the official conversation, but it it finds a way. Like what's his name? Jeff Goldblum says in Jurassic Park. It finds a way into the conversation, and it keeps popping up in these, call them serious financial settings, and it's growing harder and harder to not talk about it. In fact, yesterday I think we had the biggest breakthrough in potentially. I don't want to give them too much credit, but it was a huge breakthrough that the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jay Powell, called Bitcoin a store of value, and then same moment Trump tweeted about it as well. I just find that incredible that Bitcoin is officially in the room, so to speak. Uh, so yeah, I um I guess I'm thrilled about that, and I hope that there's more people like you to continue inserting Bitcoin into situations from extreme angles.
Absolutely.
And it seems
Yes.
Donald
So
Trump has seen the picture, right?
it's
so I'm. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
no. I was just gonna say it seems like a lot of people have taken both of your images and sort of turned it into this statement of sort of modern finance versus traditional finance, and that it's a harbinger of the new era. And I'm wondering if that's how you guys are feeling, and what's next for you? Is it moving forward now? What's how are your lives gonna change, or will they, based on the aftermath of all this? Alex, you want
So
to?
sure. I mean, obviously being in the papers a lot, I'm getting sort of looked at walking down the street. I'm sure it won't last. Obviously, I mean, maybe sort of 15 minutes of fame or what have you. But I take the bag. I'll still continue to take the bag with me. Now I'll probably entertain the crypto Twitter, and if I see an opportunity to get a snap, I will continue to share those. I'm in New York next week, so got some ideas brewing.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you should hook up with. I'll send you the names of some of my New York investors. Uh, though one thing that I hope, maybe this is silly, but as we evolve toward Bitcoin, I don't want the suit to be lost. It's it has bad reputation as the uniform of the corporate shell, but I think it can be a beautiful thing, and I want people to appreciate the enduring traditionalism of a suit in a way that it's like you have sound money. You also need a sound outfit. You need the fashions that will last through the ages. And so this is my plea to all Bitcoiners. Please go buy a suit, and especially from Alex.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be. There's a stigma attached to a suit, isn't it? It's corporate. It's stuffy. But in actual fact, if you go in to see a tailor, you can actually have a lot of fun with it. Like you say, the seersucker outfit you wore. Interesting question for me is, how did you feel when you were wearing it that day at the Federal Reserve meeting?
Yeah, I mean it feels good. It feels good. It was a subtle act of defiance, I suppose, but also very comfortable given the heat of Washington D.C. I think that there was a press conference with a few senators or Congress. I forget if they were in the House or the Senate, but they had a press conference about Bitcoin outside, and apparently it was 90 degrees, and they were all wearing dark black wool. They forgot their seersucker at home.
Yeah, exactly. I think education comes in as well. So if you usually just buy off the peg, you're not really educating yourself about what to wear in what conditions. And so seeing a tailor, they can definitely help you out in terms of what's good to wear in what conditions, and that can make a difference. I think to enjoying the enjoyment of wearing a suit for sure.
Maybe we need a Bitcoin suit, like the Bitcoin bag, with says Bitcoin on it.
I was talking to one of the cloth merchants. Like, you remember the Conor McGregor suit that you had? Well, I'm going to meet for a coffee next week and talk about maybe having the Bitcoin and the pinstripe.
Nice.
Oh, very good. Yeah, that would be great. A little orange pinstripe.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, a subtle way because bankers. Sooner or later, it's going to be trendy for bankers to be into Bitcoin, and at that point, they'll need a subtle way to signal their enthusiasm for it. Like, do you know Van Eck, the asset manager? They put out a tie that has a little scale with gold on one side and Bitcoin on the other, which I thought looks really good.
The bat signal. I think we're a small community that's sort of growing, and we stick together, and these little signs, nuances, they're picked up on, aren't they? So.
Yeah, every subtlety is sort of made. It's brought closer to the surface with a suit and sort of fine dress.
Well, this has been great, guys. Any final words or thoughts to share before we part ways?
Man, stack suits, stack sats, buy Bitcoin.
Here. I'll second that.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking the time.
Great to meet you, Alex.
Likewise.
All right. I'll keep you posted on everything.
Hope to see you around sometime.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep you posted when I travel to the States.
All right. For my next suit, I'll give you a call.
All right.
All right.
Bitcoin only.
So long, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.